from the deepest reaches of space. On a crash course destined for planet Earth comes an extraordinary, one-of-a-kind cat. A magical space feline who has captivated the hearts and minds of the human race. She is real. She is a girl. And now, for the first time ever, she has her own show. Without further ado, please welcome the tiny cat from the tiny town of Bloomington, Indiana, Lil BUB.
Hi, Mike Brodowski, and this is my cat, Lil BUB.
Hi, Mike. Thank you for talking to the Edmonton International Cat Festival. I guess to start off, can you give me and the attendees sort of a history about Bub? How old is she? Where and why? And how did you guys, become a family?
Sure. Bub is 3 years old. I adopted her when she was 8 months old. Sorry, that's 8 weeks old. 2 months old. She was the runt of a feral litter and found by my friend's mom in her backyard, along with her siblings. Bub was born a little different than her siblings and every other cat in the world. She has dwarfism. She has underdeveloped lower jaw. Her teeth never grew in. She has polydactylism, so multiple extra toes on every paw, and she knows magic.
She knows magic. Yeah. Can you explain that? I guess you kind of mentioned it, but can you talk more about what makes Bub special and unique, and can you talk more about this magic?
Well, yeah, it's the things that I mentioned. Her appearance obviously is unique, but I think it's the magic. I mean, no one can really explain magic. She made herself famous, and through that has found a cure for her bone disease, and she's the only cat ever born with osteopetrosis, and that was probably the biggest challenge with her. But through her, far reach on the internet, one of her fans recommended treatment that basically saved her life. So she did that, and I think also what makes her special is her sort of demeanor and her determination and just sort of outlook on life, which is one of always of wonder and positivity, and that makes her great.
That's awesome. So, you talk about her being famous. Can you sort of explain, how did this happen? Like, how did she become so well known on the internet?
It's really hard to say exactly how. It's not like one thing. It's not like a video went viral or anything. But yeah. I just started sharing pictures online as a joke not as a joke about her, but it was like someone was like, "Oh, she's so special looking. You should do a blog," and it was sort of just for my friends, kind of like, Bub is this superhero cat, and she's so great, because I really did think she was great. She is great. And eventually, this blog actually started getting followers of people I didn't know and getting questions, and it was fun. That's all it was, and, it made sense. I wasn't that surprised when that happened. She's really a one-of-a-kind cat, and we were doing fun stuff, and then one of her photos went viral, I guess, But viral, not that viral. It made it to the front page of Reddit, and it was a thing. And then, it was a whole bunch of stuff all at once. But really, I've never, besides starting the blog and continuing to do the same thing I've always done, I've never done anything to try and make her famous. In fact, when it started happening, I thought about stopping, but she means a lot. I found out that she means a lot to a lot of people, and she's very inspirational.
Yeah.
I get a lot of really heartfelt messages, not just from pet owners, just people. A lot of people that aren't even fans of cats or internet cats. I don't like to call her an internet cat. She's a real cat. But and that's when I said, I might as well keep going with it. Bub started this thing. It's all her, and I'll keep going as long as people are interested. And so everything that's ever happened, from the book to the TV show to the movie, all that is just people coming to us and people's genuine love and interest of Bub. And so I only do things that I feel, represent who she is and what she's all about,
Yeah.
and her message. And so that's what we've been doing. And, it sounds crazy, but I just think that Bub made herself famous, and the internet's just the available conduit for her energy.
Yeah. That's a great way to look at it. You mentioned, the book, the TV show, the movie. How has that changed your life dramatically? Like, are you all Bub stuff all the time now, basically?
Yeah, it's changed. I wrote a book, was in a movie, and did a web series, so it certainly changed my life because I didn't do that before. And yeah, of course, it's been great. It takes a lot of time to do all that stuff because I do it myself and I do it with my friends. So
Yeah.
I've always been involved with creative projects as a musician and
Mm-hmm.
a producer. That's what I've spent my time doing. Now it's just doing it with my cat.
Mm-hmm.
So in some ways, it's not that different, but it is different because now there's real budgets to do really cool stuff and pay my friends the money they deserve. So
That's great.
it's different.
So it's you and your friends, so some of the episodes of that big show, it's very well produced. So is that all you and your friends just?
Yeah, one of my best friends, Mark, who I've played music with for a long time and toured with. Our bands have toured together. We've been doing creative stuff for years, and he's a very talented director-producer, and he works at Optimist in Chicago, and they're a big-time sort of a production company that does commercials, and everyone that works there is very creative and was excited and loved Bub. And I asked Mark, and he said, "Yeah, well, everyone wants to work on this over here," and so that's how it worked out. And so they're obviously have really great people, very creative.
Yeah.
Like the whole graphical opening sequence is this guy Mark Buchko. He's a genius. He's awesome, and it's just, Bub attracts all of the best people to work for her. But really, it's all, the production quality is high, but it still is just creative people, talented people that want to work and do cool stuff with Bub. Cats are awesome. I'm a cat fan. I was never, even before Bub, there was like lolcats and all this stuff. I never understood it, and I never really was a part of it. And now I am by default. Bub's lumped into this, this thing. I always try and do things with Bub that are just about her, because from the beginning I didn't want Bub to be part of a trend or some flash in the pan sort of thing.
Yeah.
And so I guess if you're amazing and people love you, you have a higher chance of becoming popular on the internet. And Bub is the most amazing of all of these amazing cats, in my opinion. She had a higher chance of becoming such a big deal on the internet, and that's how it happened.
Great. Why Bub? Is there meaning behind that name?
No, I just picked her up and said, "Hey, Bub." Like when you say "Hey, dude" or "Hey, man"
Yeah.
for a long time, that's just what I was saying at the time. So
Hey Bub. And then it worked out.
got that name, yeah.
And then you added the Lil to it.
Yeah, that was a joke. Yeah. She is little, so.
Lil Bub has the big fund for the ASPCA, so you guys, improving cat welfare is important for you and for Bub. So can you kind of talk about that? Like, why is that an important initiative for you to do, and why are you trying to raise money and awareness to help, help these special animals like Bub?
Well, it's important just because I'm an animal lover. All my cats are rescues, and when Bub started getting famous, and one of the reasons she got famous is we made a T-shirt before she was famous that people really loved, and it was for friends, really, and my friend designed it, and people kept ordering it, and so there was money, and I was like, this money's coming from nowhere, might as well, that's Bub's, why am I doing this? Why is this happening? There has to be a reason for it, and if I was going to go through with it, there had to be, substance to it, not just, oh, your cat's famous, it didn't feel. It felt like it needed something to go along with it, so that I felt like I was spending my time in doing something good. And it's easy when everyone pays attention to everything your cat says to attach a very simple and positive message to it. And a lot of people don't understand why it's important to adopt, and that you can still find the pet you want by adopting, and how many animals there are that need homes, the staggering numbers of homeless pets, and why spaying and neutering is so important. And so this was a perfect way to spread that message. And, we've been raising money for charity through her store and through direct donations for so long, and she became, an international celebrity. So I had to come up with a way to put the money into a central fund that, so it was fair. So if someone ordered something from Canada or from anywhere in the country, they knew that it was fairly distributed. So the ASPCA partnered with us for this fund, and this fund actually, all the money goes to the ASPCA, but they don't use it for the ASPCA. They turn into grants, and then any shelter can apply for these grants, and the money goes to these shelters. So small shelters, no-kill shelters, and the money is specifically designated to special needs programs. So animals with special needs like Bub, and that includes homeless pets, like blind pets, elderly pets, any animal that has a harder rate of a worse chance of adoption than your standard kitten or
That's
puppy
great.
dog.
Did you have anything else you wanted to add?
No, and so the people at the festival will be seeing this. So.
Yes.
So this is me and Bub saying hello. Sorry we couldn't be there in person, but Bub is there in spirit, and she's thinking about all of you right this second.